So, you're a principal. Lots of pressure these days, huh? Accountability is growing more complicated, teachers say they have no time to teach, students are restless, and parents are unhappy. What you're doing may not be ideal, but what else is there? For one thing, there's technology. You probably have some in your school, and you may even be using it. But your students could be using it so much more, in ways that could make a huge difference to their learning. They know how to use it, and they want to use it more, but you and your staff don't feel tech-savvy enough yourselves. It might be time to consider a new approach called partnering, a way of structuring learning that allows students to bring their own technology skills into the classroom and gives them more freedom to decide how they will learn. A partnering lesson works like this. First, you connect the learning to your curriculum by asking guiding questions. These establish learning goals, guaranteeing that the lesson meets your state standards. For example, this middle school science teacher needs to teach the following standard. She turns this into 3 guiding questions. The first makes the material relevant to students. The second specifically targets the standard. And the third, while also meeting the standard, helps students turn their learning into a relevant product. Next, students decide how they will answer the guiding questions. This is where the real partnering begins. Students consider all available resources for learning the required information. Textbooks, yes, but also the wide range of electronic sources, including the ability to directly contact experts through email or web conferencing. Again, they are often aware of new technologies before we are, and partnering respects that by allowing choice. Within a given time frame, students learn the required material in whatever way makes the most sense for them. Meanwhile, they also practice research skills that they will take into college and work, like finding new sources of information, assessing their reliability, and citing them in an academically appropriate style. Once they have learned what they need to know, they have to prove it. Let students choose how to demonstrate their learning. The number of creative tools available online is growing exponentially. Students can now create videos, podcasts, blogs, and dozens of other kinds of presentations easily and for free. So in the science example, students might create an interactive model on Glogster or Prezi, an animated video on GoAnimate, a digital story using iMovie, or even a presentation like the one you're watching now. By allowing students to choose how to demonstrate their learning, you help them develop new technology skills alongside the other communication skills that are necessary to present information. In the meantime, they are still working with that required content. Can we still give them paper and pencil tests to make sure they've mastered a bare minimum of skills? Sure. But it's just that, a bare minimum. The projects and real-world tasks they work on will be far more engaging. So what about standardized tests? Well, in its most advanced form, partnering is the same as project-based learning, an approach that has students solve hands-on, real-world problems. Research comparing this kind of learning with traditional instruction shows that it produces the same or better results on standardized tests. But that's just the beginning. Project-based learning also improves students' confidence, their communication and collaboration skills, and their overall attitude towards school. And there's another reason to do it, engaging our lowest performing students. Teachers know that high-achieving students will pretty much do any task put before them. But low achievers need more engagement. Before technology became so widely available, these students simply fell through the cracks. They didn't really know what it was like to feel engaged. In the 21st century, they do. All the students we teach have something in their lives that's really engaging, something that they do and they are good at, something that has an engaging, creative component to it. Except when they come to school, where traditional instruction leaves them cold. If we can give them the same opportunities for creative engagement at school that they get at home, with the curriculum we need to teach, we stand a much better chance of reaching kids who wouldn't be motivated otherwise, and that means higher achievement for everyone. For more information on partnering and how it's done, see Mark Prensky's book, Teaching Digital Natives, and these other resources.
Created using Powtoon.